Preview.
What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. I want to just first give you guys a whole shit ton of gratitude because I've been receiving so much support from you guys, so much outreach from all of the recent IGTV videos that I've been putting out. So I wanted to just let you guys know how appreciative I am of you for your kind words and for all the negative comments as well, and for all of you guys that stick up for me in the negative comments. I think I'm gonna make a video on the negative comments and how I handle them and how it's super applicable to real life situations. Not that social media isn't real life, but just real life energy vampires. So that will be in another video. So if you're into that, you can comment down below right here. But the reason why we're here today is to chat about expectation checkpoints and just expectations in general. Now, expectation checkpoints is something that I kind of coined in BBM. And it's super, super important, and I wanted to chat about this as the new year approaches and we all start to make our New Year's resolutions and start to get really clear on what we want to accomplish, how shredded we want to get, how much weight we want to lose, all of these different things that we're trying to manifest and create in our lives. And while that is super, super, super important to have goals, we need to have goals. We also need to be realistic with those goals. We need to make SMART goals. That's an acronym. I don't know what it stands for. I feel like I've learned that years ago in my personal training days. It was like, I don't even know. I can't remember. But measurable, realistic, timely, something like that. So basically, you need to make SMART goals. And with that, you need to check your expectations. Again, expectation checkpoints. And so there is a difference between expectations and intention. And when you have expectations, yeah, you can have a goal, but you want to stay away from having those expectations because what they lead to is a disappointment. And an expectation is, something like you just expect yourself to get here. And so maybe somebody has an expectation over you of what you should be doing, of what you should be doing in your life, what you should be creating. And it's just this like heavy expectation. And that leads to a lot of disappointment. And that's why we want to move more towards intention and intention setting, and that's what I teach you in BBM. And there's such a difference between the two because when you're intentional about what you're doing, what you actually want to create, you're going to align your actions to that intention. So intention, it was a big focus for me within the last 6 months, was just making sure that all of the actions that I had, were participating in and doing, and the relationships that I was involved in and the friendships, that everything was aligned with my intention. And what that was for me was to, find balance in my business, find balance in there, build my business, build certain things. And so I needed to be really intentional with that and not set a really super high, unrealistic expectation that would have felt like a failure or would have led to disappointment, which is a lot of what I experienced in my own personal health and fitness journey when it came to competing and all of that. So for example, with competing, my expectation was it's going to go this way. I want it to go this way. And I hadn't set any expectation checkpoints for myself, which led to a lot of disappointment and a lot of heartache and a lot of self-doubt, a lot of self-made pressure, a lot of unnecessary disappointment. And instead, when I transitioned out of that, especially when I transitioned from an aesthetic lifestyle to a health lifestyle, I really needed to get clear about my intention. I needed to make sure that I knew that there was a goal in mind and that my intention was there so that my actions could align to that. And so my expectations for that, for example, if I didn't do that, they would have been, I need to do this. I need to get this way this fast. I need to bounce back this fast. I need to balance my hormone. I need to get my gut in check. I want to have this body with this kind of eating style. And that was what I was doing for so many years prior to that. And that's why it never worked. And so when I finally set out to make that decision and decided, okay, I'm going to find balance and it's going to be for real this time, I made sure that I was super intentional and I wiped away any and all expectations that I had for myself. And this is what we do in BBM with my clients that are making that same exact transition from aesthetics to health. And what the intentions were for me moving forward were, okay, check yourself, Julianne. You're not just going to bounce the fuck back. You just spent this many years prepping. You spent this many weeks on a keto diet. You spent this much time messing up your hormones. You spent this much time with this shitty of a digestive system. You spent this much time eating foods that you knew weren't good for your digestive tract. You spent this much time doing this. You're not just going to bounce back. And I needed to set that expectation for myself. I needed to make it something that was real, that it was obtainable, and that I could know that, like, hey, there might be backtracks along the way. There might be these few steps taking backward along this journey, but my intention was, no matter what, I will get to that end point. It doesn't matter how long it takes. It doesn't matter. My intention is there and my actions are aligned to that intention. And so when I wiped those expectations away, I finally got there because I was intentional, and I focused on that intention. I focused on aligning my actions to that every single day without fail. Did I fail? Fuck yeah. But I didn't give up. There's a difference. That is the difference. You need to wipe those expectations and know that you're not just going to get there super fast, but you need to be intentional along the way and align your actions to that. So I hope this was valuable for you. If you like this chat and you like this kind of topic and this motivation, check out my podcast. It's the Excellence Over Perfection podcast. You can find it on iTunes and Spotify. We chat a shit ton about mindset, lifestyle changes, mindset hacks. I share with you a lot of my own personal stories that have impacted a lot of my clients along the way, that have given them a lot of direction and relatability. So go check out that podcast. Let me know what you think. If you are an EOP podcast listener, comment down here. Let me know what your favorite episode is. And thank you guys for tuning into my IGTV, and I'll catch you in the next one.